Happy Sunday, Sooner Nation. Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Thanks for being a part of our channel by subscribing, by liking the videos, by participating in the chat. We appreciate you guys that are doing that. Also, check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. It's a great time to check out their website. Sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club for you or a loved one at Christmas time. It'd be a great gift for this new season. Use code SURGE for 10% off your first 3 months. Last night was shocking for a lot of people. 24-3 upset of the Alabama Crimson Tide, where the Sooners just rolled the Tide, pun intended. But another shocking thing, I think, Hunter, was it was the last game that was going to be played at the Palace on the Prairie for some very, very prominent Sooners, some seniors who have been through a whole lot at the University of Oklahoma, stuck it out, and not only did they win in fashion, but it was almost a storybook type of ending as the Sooners fans stormed the field. But man, two guys that had that list, and actually I'm going to say three. As you know, before the game, Danny Stutzman, Billy Bowman awarded the co-recipients of the Don Key Award. But you also have a guy I think you've got to put in there with them, and that's Ethan Downs. But they kind of had that group of seniors who have stuck through it all, a lot of adversity that I fought through, and could not be happier. You saw last night, Stutzman kind of taking it in, down on a knee. Man, just super happy for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the six seniors that were there. Or for five of them, it was their freshman year. The whole Lincoln Riley debacle, all the uncertainty that followed through it, and they stuck through it. But those six being Danny Stutzman, Billy Bowman, Ethan Downs, Jalil Farouk, Zach Schmidt, Woody Washington as well. A year older, but still considered a senior for this year. And for them to be able to, how bad this season has went for Oklahoma. I mean, those two guys you mentioned, Jerm, Danny Stutzman and Billy Bowman, they both could have went pro last year. They stick it out, Toledo U into the SEC. Things don't go to plan. And for a lot of people, myself included, were looking at it as Oklahoma's not even going to make a bowl game this year. They're going to go out. They're not going to win their final home game, their final time playing on Owen Field. And that's stuff like for that senior class and what they've done for the program. That's not what you want to see, but they didn't just beat Alabama. I mean, it was a whooping. I mean, really from start to finish. The first play of the game, Danny Stutzman setting the tone with stuffing Jalen Milroe at the line of scrimmage there. I mean, from that point on, even when the offense was, you had the Taylor Tatum fumble, you had the just failed trick play, Bauer Sharp drop, and then the missed field goal. The defense just kept responding. The offense did enough. Best offensive performance they've had in SEC play. I would even go as far to say all year when you're looking at the quality of opponent for them in that game. They just did everything they needed to do to win the game. And those seniors really, they all made, the ones that played tonight or last night, they made big time plays to help lead Oklahoma to that win.
Ethan Downs was phenomenal last night. Ability to get to the quarterback, giving Milroe his Thanksgiving stuffing early because they were stuffing him all night long, only holding him to 7 yards on the ground. I tell you, you can talk a lot about on-the-field play by these guys. I mean, Woody Washington, how appropriate he gets the last interception of the night last night to kind of cap it off. Billy Bowman fighting through adversity even last night in pain, playing through that. All the on-the-field stuff that they've been so just prevalent in being playmakers this entire season and in seasons past. I mean, Danny's had a phenomenal year of tackle-wise, and I think he's going to be definitely in contention for the Butkus Award. But let's just take on the field away, because I think even more so, Hunter, is what these guys have done off the field and in the locker room. I mean, they're going to miss this group because I think of the leadership, not only in the locker room, but what Danny Stutzman has done with, giving to the walk-ons. You heard last night in the post game, the $1,000, of course, Eli Bowen's going to get that. But I just think what great testimonies these guys have had for how to be a leader in a program. And I think it stems from the head coach, but even more than that, these guys have taken it upon themselves, Hunter, that they've been tremendous leaders for the young guys. And I just hope that continues as they step off of campus, that someone's going to take kind of that leadership role.
It's going to be very hard for those shoes to be filled just in that leadership standpoint, not only just on the field. I think they'll be able to do that. But I mean, Danny Stutsman's one of the best leaders you can ask for. Billy Bowman, usually a quiet guy, has been one of the best leaders this team could ask for. Ethan Downs, just listen to him talk. I mean, he's talked that way since he arrived on campus. He's a one of one in that aspect. Woody playing so much college football as well. He's also a leader for Oklahoma, for the program. So yeah, it's going to be very tough for them to be able to fill those legacies left behind by the senior class. And real quick, Jalen Milroe, Saturday night, 42% completion percentage, worst of his career.
It was
one of the best in college football, worst completion percentage of his career. Had absolutely no time back there. I think it's a good Alabama offensive line, and they were just you could go down the list in defensive line. I mean, R. Mason, again, great game. Dejon Terry, another senior.
Caden Woolard.
His best game, both of theirs best games in an OU uniform. Terry, maybe even the best game of his career. Looking back of even his time at Kansas and at Tennessee, what they were able to do. Just Ethan Downs as well. You mentioned it earlier, Jerm. And then, Stutsman and Bowman from that leadership standpoint. And Woody getting the interception to really seal the deal. When Oklahoma got that interception, you could feel, okay, they're going to win this game. There's no way that Bama's going to somehow come back. And I think that's what's even more impressive is at times they got a lot of help from the offense, like being able to control the clock, all of that, being able to run the football just with dominance. Like no one really expected that. And the defense for Milroe being a guy that's played in so many big games and trailed at times and been able to at least spark a little bit of something. They didn't allow him to spark anything. After halftime, I mean, the Bowen interception you mentioned, then the Kip 6 again, it's just an impressive win all around for Oklahoma.
Yeah, and people may argue that Jalen Milroe may not arguably be like the best quarterback. If you want to talk about playmaking ability, he's up there.
Yes,
and they honed him in. They did not allow big plays in the passing game outside of one. And Caden Woolard was great. He's a senior. He got a lot of pressure last night, got held all night, still got pressure. And I got to say a little bit about, Schmidt missed the opening field goal, but what he's done his senior year has been really pretty special. Luke Elzinga has been phenomenal in the special teams this year. And Jalil Farouk has been just through so much at the University of Oklahoma. I give kudos to him for still, doing the right thing. He was in full uniform last night, knowing full well he wasn't going to play, obviously, his last game on the field. But, kudos to him.
I'm not sure if that's his last game. He went through the senior night. He can redshirt and come back. I think that's a possibility. Just not the way his senior year was planned at all. Now 2 broken foots in the last 6 months, and then another setback that he was first time all season that he wasn't on the SEC injury report on Wednesday. Then Thursday he was, and Friday he was out. So maybe not the last time you see Jalil Farouk on Owen Field.
Yeah, and I know one thing, Hunter. As great as last night was, these seniors know that this was not it. They're traveling to Death Valley, prime time. They want to back it up and show everyone this was not some kind of fluke. That's the type of players these guys are, and I can't wait for it on Saturday night.
Yeah, those seniors, the leadership standpoint, they believe every single game they can win it. And I think a win like that gets everyone else on the team to fully believe, okay, we just beat the number 7 team at home. That's what Oklahoma's thinking. We can go into Death Valley, and who knows what can happen. A night game in Death Valley, one of the toughest places to play. They think that they can go in there and win that game.
That's right. And week of Thanksgiving, Sooner fans, be thankful for this group of seniors, what they've meant to this program and university, even to this team this year. Thanks to these seniors. Excellent way to close it out at the Palace on the Prairie. Thanks for watching the content here at the Sooner Surge. We appreciate all your support. Check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com and have a great Sunday.